The return of Return to Vinyl. Emergency stream. Ranking the Obscure is cancelled, so I thought I'd start my own up. But not quite there yet. I've got to adjust a few things and I'll be with you. Do 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 do. Nice one, Cyril. Nice one, son. Nice one, Cyril. Score another one. Oh man, been a while. Woohoo! What am I doing? Don't know what I'm doing. It's been so long, man. Everything's changed and moved around. Right. What do you want? What do you want? That you want. Yes. Music. We want music. What do we want? Music. When do you want it? Now. Today marks a special occasion. Tottenham Hotspur are champions of Europe. Champions of Europe. It's a great week. It needs to be celebrated. Oh. Dear, oh dear, there's so much music on here, it's insane. Yeah, I've not been streaming so much recently, as you probably all know. I've been working my fucking ass off. My work's not got any easier. Greetings. Hello. Great to see you. How you doing, Gorilla? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. He just has. Right, let's get shut down, shall we? Let's get shut down already before we even started. Here's a bit of an Irish tune for your ears. McNamara's Band.
Oh, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band. Although we're small in numbers, we're the best in all the land. We play at wakes and weddings and all the fancy balls. When McNamara's band gets here, you know we'll give our all. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, the drums go banging, the cymbals clanging, the horns they blaze away. McCartney plays the old bassoon and Doyle the pipes display. Oh, Hennessy, Tennessee, twiddle the flute and the music is something grand. Our credit to old Ireland is McNamara's band. La 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 la, la 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 la. Me name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band. Although we're small in numbers, we're the best in all the land. We play at wakes and weddings and all the fancy balls. When McNamara's band gets here, you know we'll give our all. Oh, the drums go bang and the cymbals clang and the horns they blaze away. McCarthy plays the old bassoon and Doyle the pipes to play. Oh, Hennessy, Tennessee, twiddle the flute and the music is something grand. Our credit to old Ireland is McNamara's band. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La la la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Woohoo!
Oh, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band.
Shut up.
Nice one, Cyril. Nice one, son. Nice one, Cyril. Let's have another one. I recall with delight all the boys dressed in white at the wedding of Cyril and Maisie. As they walked down the aisle, all the choir boys smiled as the organist started to play. Nice one, Cyril.
Definitely.
Nice one, son. Nice one, Cyril. Let's have another one. Nice one, Cyril. Nice one, son. Nice one, Cyril.
I'm back. Come on!
Nice
Can't have that twice. Once is enough. How are we all doing then? I better not drink no more. I got work, so I go too mad. Yes. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Oldham at Wembley? No. Didn't make you playoffs, did you? I know you won your last couple of games, haven't they, Oldham? No. No, thanks, Martin. Yeah, there's a lot of Man United fans in the south. A lot of Londoners in the south as well who support Man United, which I just don't get. My partner at work's partner is a Manchester United fan, and he's from Croydon. So, I mean, what the hell? What? Yeah, they played well last night. They really did. They defended well. It wasn't a great game, but they got the job done. To be honest with you, I don't care about the match, like, you know, because that's 4 finals I've been to, or seen rather, and we've lost them. So that was the 5th. Since the last time we won something. So, you know. I better stick the link out there, haven't I? Anyone wants to come on the chat can. Give it a bit of time. Any new vinyl or CDs? There is. Yeah, there is. Picked up something today, actually. 7-inch single I picked up today in my local record shop. Picked up this Morrissey Suede Head single. Well, that's pretty cool. So yeah, this was 12 quid. I did a few other bits and pieces I liked in there, but I didn't want to go too mad today, spend too much money. So yes, pretty nice. 1988. Can you believe? Is it really that old? Yes, he is outstanding. Great song. So yeah, went to work today. Well, we got up this morning and played a few Tottenham songs for me and my son to listen to. Got back and he's been playing Tottenham songs pretty much all day. I came in back from work and we played some more songs and watched some TV. Highlights of the final and what's been said in the comments and what have you. It's kind of a bit Spurs mad today, but it's not every day you win a trophy like that. Yes, Swayhead. Best possible song he's done, I reckon. I think so. I think it's his best single. Very Smithsy. I do like Every Day Is Like Sunday. That's very, very good as well. I think I like Suede Head a little bit more. It's got a bit more, I don't know. It's one of them songs you can keep going back to and you get something new from, you know. It's got a lot going on there. See if I can stick it on the music, shall we? Bit of Suede Head. Can we get away with Suede Head, you reckon? Or is the gods of YouTube going to have a hissy fit over it? Where are you? Might be questionable. You can play it, just don't play songs about steaks. Okay. Might be questionable. Not sure I like that. Don't want it to be questionable. Just want to listen to music. Don't have to worry about this shit. Oh yeah, I picked up a few other bits and pieces. Bought some CDs, but can't seem to find them. I had them somewhere. Damn. Where are they? Where are those CDs I had? Totally unprepared for this, as you can probably tell. Bugger. So I thought, think I know where they are. In my box, in the green box. Where did I get these? I think the days they all blur into one. Yeah, I picked these up last week from a charity shop. Trying to think what it was I went into now. Anyway, picked up. Oh yeah, it was Cat's charity shop. Chemical Brothers, Dig Your Own Hole. Picked this one up. I think these were 50p each. I think I brought a load of CDs actually recently. Yeah, you should wait till the videos come up. You'll see them on my videos. Put videos up on a Monday. I got quite a backlog of videos actually, so there's quite a lot to show you. The Seahorses Do It Yourself. I come across this. I was a bit worried about this because it was a bit scratched. I think you can see that on the camera, but it's got a few scratches on there, only minor ones, but seem to rip to my computer. Okay, so okay, this one I listen. Neil Young's Prairie Wind. This is a good album. Really did like this. Hey, you alright, Chris? Yeah, great. Living it up, mate. Living it up. How are you? You're right, Elliot. They do suck. I know. Yeah, good album. This came out. Oh, when did this come out? Oh, 2005. And yeah, enjoyed it. Some really nice tracks on here. Really good, actually. The script. I picked the script up. No sounds without silence. So yeah, just sort of went on my instinct on these ones, just thinking, you know, should I give it a go? Bush, Razor Blade Suitcase. Everyone likes a bit of Bush or not, you know. Maybe for 50p, you know, it's all right, isn't it? 50p. I brought Joe Jackson, Look Sharp. I was thinking to myself, do I have this album? I know I got it on vinyl. I may have it on CD, but I wasn't 100% sure. I went along with it, brought it, and so be it. I've got it already, but you know, so what? It's done now. So. All right. Yeah, Mark Glassman, if you're going to come on here and just waste my time, you can piss off, mate, okay? Sorry, fellas. But yeah, I'm getting people coming the backstage and just being a prat. Ocean Colour Scene, Marching already. This is one I didn't have, actually. I thought I had all of them in my collection, and I saw this, and I thought, you know what, I don't have that. And this came out in '97. It's got 100 Mile High City on there, Better Day. I know that one. Traveller's Tune. I think that might have been a single of theirs. So yeah, I was pleased to come across that and add that to the indie rock collection I have, the ever-growing indie collection. Ramos, Dead Lettuce. Yeah, special edition. Aren't they a metal band? Am I mistaken? Somewhere in that category, I think. Shania, Sheryl Crow, Tuesday Night Music Club. Can't deny a bit of Sheryl Crow, can you? When was this? 1993. 93, can you believe it? Bloody hell, is it really that old? Strong Enough. So was a single on here. I can't remember any other singles off the album. It could well have been. Brought for £1. Oh. Yeah. And I brought this Keith Sweat Rebirth. Michael might like a bit of Keith Sweat. I've never actually seen this album before. I do like a bit of Keith Sweat's music. So his 90s stuff. This is a 2005 album. Sort of a bit of a comeback one, I guess. That was £1. Do like a bit of R&B, admittedly. Picked up Lionel Richie, Back to Front on cassette. I thought, you know what, why not? I love cassettes, and this is a nice little compilation. Actually, I do like a bit of Lionel Richie. Pretty chilled, and yeah, it's always a bit of a hit and miss with a cassette because you don't know if it's going to be buggered or not, do you? But you know, you have to take the chance, I guess, don't you? You have to go with it. Hopefully, it'll be all right. Yeah, I picked up this DVD, U2 Elevation, live from Boston. So yeah, this is a nice little DVD set. It's got quite a few DVDs in here. One, it's got the best of 1990-2000 album slipped in there very nicely. Nice little touch. Complete with a little booklet. And of course the main features. 2 DVDs. So do like a bit of U2, and I thought that's quite cool. Don't know what I paid for it. £1, 50p, something like that. You know, hardly breaking the bank, really, is it? I better put it in that case, haven't I? Oops. I've got a couple of Tom Petty singles. Yeah, I've got about three Tom Petty singles here. A few of his 90s one, Walls. Picked up Walls. It's just like a promo copy. There's no actual picture sleeve, I don't think, done of this. And another one, Good to Be King, which came out in the mid-90s, I think. I think they is it the Wildflowers? I think these singles came from. Well, certainly this one did anyway. You Don't Know How It Feels. I picked up a picture sleeve of this, and this is rare to get. This is not easy to get. And I virtually have every single of Tom Petty now, apart from one, which is quite rare and hard to get. And I don't think I'm ever going to get it quite, to be honest with you. But I have, yeah, a good say 99% of all the singles now. Whether I can find that other one remains to be seen. And I picked this single up as well. Elvis Costello, Veronica. It comes complete with a poster, which I thought was quite cool actually. And it's, to be honest with you, the poster is immaculate. It's, I don't think it's been used. I think it's just been placed in there and sat there basically for the rest of its life. There's no blue tack marks on it. There's no sellotape marks. So I thought that'd be quite good actually to get that for someone. And I'm not too bothered about it really. I can live without it. Someone who will appreciate it a little bit more than me. I picked up this 10-inch single. I was on Discogs. I'm not actually a massive user of Discogs, but I do occasionally pick up 1 or 2 pieces. And this is the first time I've actually encountered where I found a Tom Petty single. I went to sort of try and check out to buy it, but it wouldn't allow it because I needed to reach a certain amount of money for the seller to accept and go through with the order. Is like a minimum spend, which I've never encountered before. So I was like, for God's sake, I just want this bloody one single. So I had to sort of go through, his library reluctantly, and I thought, where do I start? He's got thousands and thousands of records. Where do I start? So I looked up Tom Petty, see if he had anything else, and I think he had 1 or 2 things which I had already. So I thought, okay. Then I start selecting down like the years, and come across this this Crowded House number, Fingers of Love, 10-inch limited edition. I thought, you know what, I like Crowded House, and this is sounds a bit like a bit of a rarity. I'm not familiar with the song. I might recognise it once I've given it a listen. So I just kind of went on my gut on it and just thought, you know, I'll get this along with that other Tom Petty single. And yeah, they've merged them together or married them together into one package and sent them to me. So and it wasn't very much. It was, I don't know, maybe like £4 or £5 or something like that. So not too much really. On the Capitol label there, that great label. So I thought, you know, there is a the debut album. Actually, I did see the debut album in my record shop, and it's only like 20 quid, which isn't bad. It's an original. I do like Crowded House. I might get it. I might buy it. I don't know. We'll see. Trying to save some money rather than spend it. It's not going that way. I'm afraid to use Discogs for buying. I'm just used to it to catalog. I just use it to catalog my collection. Well, that's what it was intended for, wasn't it? To catalog. You know. Yeah. I'm not a great lover of Discogs. I mean, it's okay, but I get a bit frustrated over it, actually, because you can't see pictures. You know, and they price everything to the condition, like excessively. You know, if it's mint, they really do charge excessive money. Some of them, not all of them. But, you know, you can come across mint stuff, which is cheap, but you know, they think they can get some money out of you. They will do. You know, I think eBay is probably better for like bargains, really. You know. Zeb says, I gave up on ordering things from Discogs. Now I usually buy the latest pressings or some deluxe CD set. Much easier. Yeah, I understand that. I do enjoy buying secondhand stuff. I tend to enjoy it more than buying brand new. I'm not quite sure why that is. I suppose it just feels a little bit more nostalgic for me, buying secondhand, and you get, you know, the first press and stuff, you know, in the sort of secondhand market for older things. But yeah, occasionally something does come out on brand new, which I'll either buy on CD or vinyl. It's becoming too hard to sell on Discogs anymore. Fees are high, plus shipping rates go up too often. Yeah, I'd never sell on Discogs unless I was selling my collection. I would use Discogs, but you know, I'm not, so I don't feel the need to. The only used stuff I want, no one sells, or they sell at stupid prices, and I know most things get repressed anyway. That's true. You like a bit of REM, don't you, Zeb? Do you have all their discography or some of their discography on vinyl? Let me know. Because I was looking into a few REM records. There's actually an REM record in the record shop I go to, Green, that came out in 1988, I believe. All right, I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know what the old days of Discogs is. Mind you, I've probably been using it for a good, I don't know, 5 or so years. Discogs marketplace is saturated with sellers right now. Too many people in it for the money. Yeah. It's a seller's market, not a buyer's market. REM, I got all on CD. I had some on cassette and vinyl in the early 90s, but I'm not a super huge fan. The reason I got them is Robert Pollard from Guided Voices was such a huge fan. All right. How many albums have they got now, REM? I mean, I've got a few, but look what I have got. I wouldn't have their earlier ones on CD. But anything REM 1982 to 92 is very, very good. After that, not so good. Well, this is what I got on CD. The best of REM, of course. That's a bit of a no-brainer, that one. And the earlier best of REM as well. Yeah, there's 2. And yeah, they are different. Although they're the same. This one's REM, best of REM in time, 88 to 2003. And this one, I believe, was pressed in 91. So you got earlier tunes on this one. So that's a completely different track listing. Some of the songs might be on there, of course, in a different order. So yeah, so what, 18 songs on there, and what's that say? 16 songs. 16 songs on that one. REM Around the Sun. This came out what, 2004, 5, I think, somewhere about then. I do like a couple of songs on here actually. Leaving New York, I like that. I really do like that song. I think that song is brilliant. What else is on here? Boy in the Well. That's quite a nice song. Around the Sun. Was Boy in the Well, was that a single? I think it might have been. I'm pretty sure Leaving New York was a single. It's me liking that first track, actually. Hearing that first track would maybe go out and buy the album, actually. I really liked Leaving New York. I think it's an excellent song. It's not really spoken about much. If they do another compilation, they should stick that song on there. And there it is, REM Green. Came out 88. Can't see the tracks too well because we've got stickers all over them. So I've got the CD. There's the CD. Look. So first track, Pop Song, 1989. Track 2, Get Up. Track 3, Are You Everything? Track 4, Stand. Track 5, World Leader, Pretend. Track 6, The Wrong Child. Track 7, Orange Crush. 8 is Turn You Inside Out. 9, Hair Shirt. And 10 is I Remember California. So there you go. Green is one of the best of the late 80s and early 90s. All right. Yeah, this is in my record shop, of course, on vinyl for 40 quid. And I was like, ooh, do I or don't I? Yeah, I mean, 40 quid is it's a bit of money. I mean, it's okay, it's not massive amounts, but it's enough, isn't it? 40 quid for a record. Yeah. We've got REM Up. This is a fairly recent buy, actually. I think I must have passed this so many times in the past. And I think I came across it once recently in a charity shop. I looked at it and I thought, do I have that? I've got so many REM albums. I'm sure I've got it. And I went back to have a look at my collection and I haven't got it. So I thought, oh, right, make a mental note that you need to pick this up, Si, which I did. And of course, oh, classic album. Atomic for the People. Automatic for the People, I should say. REM. Yeah, I love this album. This is a solid album from the start to the end. So yeah, really, really good album. And I'm bewildered to why anyone would not like this album. I really am. I think that's a really good album. One of the best of the 90s, I reckon. Yeah, I do. I really do. Out of Time. Known for Losing My Religion. What a song. What a song. That's got to be probably one of the most underrated songs of the 90s. Because I don't think it made #1. I think it was #2, I believe. Shiny Happy People as well. I really do like Shiny Happy People. I think that was brilliant. It's just, yeah, I know. People might find it a bit cringeworthy, but I love it. I do really like that one. We've got a Document. The IRS Years Vintage 1987. Losing My Lunch. Monster. This you see over and over again in charity shops. It's everywhere. You can pick this up very, very easy. Of course, What's the Frequency, Kenneth, on here. Was there any other singles on this? Oh, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if there's any other singles. I know What the Frequency, Kenneth was a single. I'm not sure about the others. And of course, Reveal. It doesn't suck, Randy. You just don't understand it. You just don't appreciate it for what it is. Trying to think of the singles on here. What are the singles on here? Because I don't know them. Admittedly, I don't know them. They lost their drummer. Not their best period since in that time. Yeah, that's all my REM anyway. Yeah, I look up on iTunes to what everything is categorized in genres. iTunes categorizes REM as rock. Does it sound like rock to you? Is it rock? You know, I've got Crowded House albums, and I thought, well, what does that come under? Alternative or what? And so I look up on iTunes, and it says pop. Like, all the albums come up as pop regarding Crowded House. So I can't put them in my in my specific collection on the wall because it doesn't fit under what I wanted to fit under. Because I can't have everything out. I've got to put stuff away. I can't have everything on shelves and stuff. Because I've got so many bloody albums. I've got stuff in bags actually. I've got to take to the charity shop. I've got bags of compilations which I've picked up during over the years, and I thought, you know, I can't keep all this stuff, you know, so I got them all in these like bags for lives, about 4 or 5 bag for life of CDs. Early REM is almost punk new wave. I do have a ton of CDs. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have about region of about 2,000, which is quite a lot. I picked up another load. I picked up another 100 actually. I've not put that. Well, the video is not out there as yet. I've uploaded it, but I'll drop it soon so you can watch it. Picked up a box of 100 CDs I brought from a friend at work. I've got so many people at work who got CDs and vinyl. Tongue Crush with Eyeliner, and because yeah, we all talk to each other. We all, you know, so oh, we are collect vinyl too. You know, what are you into? This, that, and the other. There's a load of us, and there's an older fella there who's got quite a collection. I brought actually all of his cassette tapes from him a couple of years ago, and I brought quite a few CDs from him actually as well. And he messaged me. He said, "Look, I'm at home. I've got a couple of weeks off, and I'm having a clear out. You know, would you be interested in any CDs?" So yeah, I'm always interested in CDs. I said, "Okay, I'll box them up, and you can come round at such and such time and have a look." Okay, cool. So I finished work, go round there, and he's got about 2 boxes of CDs, and he sort of, you know, go through them and, you know, help yourself. And okay, so start going through them, and I've realised how many CDs he has, which I already have. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. And I said, honest truth, I said, I've got a lot of this stuff, because he was telling me, oh, this is some good stuff in there. You know, there's better batch than, you know, what you saw previously with the other stuff you brought. So yeah, I get that, but I got a lot of it. And he said, "Well, just pick out, you know, whatever you want." And, so I took about half of it home. And yeah, over 100 CDs. And I said, "Okay, what do you want for this box?" So there was 2. So I kind of put stuff I didn't want in one box and stuff I wanted in the other box. And he said, "Well, let's just do for £1." And it came to about £17 for over 100 CDs. Was that right? Yeah, I think that was right. Yeah, so yeah, pretty good really. You know, 100 CDs for 17 quid. I have a gazillion of CDs and cassettes. I know. I know you do. Yeah, I think we all do, don't we? I don't like to give anything away. That's why I've held on to this stuff for so long. But getting to a point where I'm thinking I need to. My vinyl, which I've parted with in the past, which I've culled, and I'm actually going through another cull at the moment. There's a good reason for that, because storage with records, it's problematic, isn't it? collecting records, because where do you put the damn thing, especially if you buy so many over a certain time. And I'm trying to keep what I have within my furniture, the cube storage which I have. I don't really want it spilling out on the floor, even though it is at the moment, or in different boxes and things. I kind of want it confined to my units which I have. So yeah, I'm going through that, culling records which paying the price for my earlier, like when I started collecting, what was it, I don't know, 5 years ago or whatever it was, going around charity shops and just buying anything, oh yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, because this tends to happen, doesn't it, when you sort of go head first into a collection. And yeah, I got a load of like just I wouldn't say crap, but just stuff which isn't worth that much, and albums which might just might have the one decent song on there, or just maybe some jazz pieces which I went a bit too mental with, brought a load of music for pleasure and cheap labels and this sort of thing. And do I really want that now after so many years into the hobby? And I was thinking, not really. I kind of want to up the collection, up the standard a bit, and cull some of these cheaper records out, So that's what I've been doing, really, just sort of culling the collection just to get it all to sort of fit and have a bit more space within the storage which I have. I don't feel the need to have a crazy collection, I don't. I mean, 1,000 records is enough, I think, personally. I know people have more, and they want more, and that's fine. If you've got a house and you've got the storage for it, or whatever. But I have to think, I share this house with my children and my partner, so I have to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? I love seeing people talking about certain artists. Always sends me to them. Yes, it does. It gives you a little bit of inspiration, doesn't it, to either check them out or revisit them. I agree. My accountant advised me to invest in CDs. John Denver and Albert Humperdinck, yeah, stuff like that, yeah, that kind of thing, yeah. A lot of Oscar Peterson and things like that. A lot of Frank Sinatra. I got a ton of Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I got like a cube's worth of Frank Sinatra, which I love Frank Sinatra music. Like, do I really need all these albums? Thing with Frank Sinatra, we kind of got like a different library to like the US library. I mean, with the US library being a US artist, of course, on Capitol, you get the sort of the genuine albums. But over here, in sort of like the 60s, 70s, you got a lot of like these cheaper alternative albums, which is kind of like compilations, on music for pleasure or this, that, and the other. So it's not quite the proper album, but it's a bit of a mix of certain things, to lessen the cost, to be on those budget kind of labels and things. So there's a multitude of sort of not so good Frank Sinatra albums, although they sound fine and everything else, no problem regarding the quality, but they don't look too good. The covers don't exactly inspire you. They're a bit kind of bland, a bit cheapy, Starline. Sinatra sings Mercer, This one isn't quite so bad. Nice and easy. This is kind of, it's tolerable, you know, a cover like this, but that previous one is not exactly doesn't exactly light my candle, you know. This swings as well, music for pleasure. I think my dad actually had this. My mum and dad had quite a bit of vinyl actually. They got rid of all of it, and which I kind of think, oh, you know, wish you didn't do that. And yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, he definitely had this in his collection. This is one actually I brought either on eBay or Discogs actually, and I thought I rather like that cover, and yeah, I bought this one. Cost a few quid, not too much, but yeah. But it's a bit eldy weldy. It's sort of like early Sinatra, sort of 40s, 50s, a little bit too early. No, probably a bit earlier than that. Yeah, yeah, sort of 30s, 40s, I'd say. So it's been around for a long time, hasn't he? Oh, there's a load here. This is a recent purchase actually. It's ended up in my cull, and that's Walt Disney's Fantasia. Now I wrote this all good intentions, thinking, oh yeah, that's not a bad little find. But after a couple of months, I'm thinking, do I need this in the collection? Probably not. Probably not. This is an album actually. I should take out of my cull. It's Kansas, Point of No Return. Now, yeah, I don't think this should be cold now because this is not a bad album at all. But it's in there, and it remains to be in there unless I'm convinced. Taylor Dane, I realise I got 2 copies off, so this copy is in there. Let's put that down. Is buying records a hobby? Yeah, it's a hobby, definitely. Yeah, it's prog, I know. Yeah, bit of prog. Oh, but I'm not a big prog fan. That's the thing. This is in my cull. ABC. Now this is a pretty good album. I cold put it to one side, and then I gave it a listen on my iTunes, and I quite liked it. Now I've heard it a couple of times. You know, I know the singles quite well, and what have you. But I gave the album a few lessons in the past, and I just thought, you know, it's all right, I suppose. But when I recently played it on iTunes, I quite liked it. I thought that's actually quite a good album. And I know they got a load of hits on this one, so this should really be taken out of the cull. Really, it should be. Could well happen, yeah. I tend to do this when I cull something. I tend to put it to one side and I sit on it for a while, just think it over for a bit. Don't want to be too hasty, you know. There you go. There's John Denver. Yeah, John Denver. Best of John Denver. That's in the cull. We got Greatest Hits Volume 2 in there as well. So yeah, John Denver. Then we got a bit of 50s and 60s. Got a bit of Oscar Peterson. I remember buying these actually. These are like 50p in a charity shop. I just like the covers, and I like Oscar Peterson actually. I like jazz. I do like a bit of jazz. This is an oldie, Tony Bennett. It's Stan Getz Quartet. Original mono pressing, UK. You know, these aren't bad records. Gone with the Wind, Dave Brubeck Quartet. Fontana. This is pretty old. This is pretty old. I believe this is 59. I think it's a 59 pressing. Ella Fitzgerald sings Cole Porter Songbook. This was a charity flying a few years ago now. It's before decimalization, so it could be 70s press. I think it is a 70s press. Yeah, don't think it's original, but you know, it's not a bad number. Nat King Cole 20 Golden Greats compilation, I believe, came out in the 70s. That's quite a nice compilation, actually. He's got a lovely voice, Nat King Cole, you know, like silk. But he doesn't sell in the record shops, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. This was this was in like the bargain bin of record shop. I think I bought this last year. It's the Last Waltz. Yeah, I think a lot of people would have this in their collection, but it skips, I think, on one of the discs, which is the reason why it's been cold. Doesn't play through properly. The other discs, because this is a 3-disc set, the other discs are fine, but just this one. So I took it out. It's not in the best shape, but you know, it was cheap. It was like in the record pound bin or wherever it was. This was a charity shop find, Sinatra, the Reprise Years. I think it was about £3. This is a 4-disc set, box set. It's quite nice, actually. It's very nice. Records are minty. Anyone who wants a bit of Sinatra, this is a pretty decent box set to get your hands on. And yeah, I snapped this up for like £3 years ago, and I've often seen it in charity shops since for like stupid amounts of money, like 30-odd quid. And where the fuck do these charity shops get their prices from? It's fucking insane. Yeah, so you never know what you get from these charity shops. Where you're going to get, you can either get a bargain for like 50p or £1, and they just have given up trying to get any money or whatever it is. I don't know the reasoning. Or they just charge the absolute fucking earth for some of these records, which they end up staying there because they're just ridiculously priced. So it is very much a mixed bag shopping in the UK charity shops. You've got to pick the right ones. I find British Heart Foundation probably one of the worst ones of them all. Welcome to Jazz Club. Great. You're right, Nick. Guilty pleasure. Yeah, Nat King Cole. Or is he? I don't know. Is it a guilty pleasure? Or maybe it's your guilty pleasure. Frank owned Reprise. Yeah, I believe he did. That's the company. That's the label he started up after Capitol, was it not? I saw The Last Waltz when it came out in the theatres many years ago. Incredible concert film of the band's final show. Yes. The Reprise Years is also a 22 CD set. Yeah, I got a feeling that you might be right there. Yeah. I do have some CDs called Reprise Years, but I think they're kind of minimal 1 or 2 discs, but I think there is a set of 22 out there. I think you're right. I do actually have a lot on CD, but nothing to hand regarding Frank Sinatra. This is my wall of rock right in front of me, and over this side's alternative. So it's kind of separate. Got metal and punk and alternative over here, but all this is rock, and there's quite a bit of it. Oh, this has been reissued, like anniversary. Come out with a load of deep cuts, extra tracks, and what have you on the new version. This I looked up on eBay, and this on vinyl now has shot up in price, like over £100 on vinyl. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I've got a copy of it on vinyl, but is it really that much? I mean, Jesus! I mean, it's a great album. That's a great album. Fantastic album. Really, really good. One of the best of the 90s. That album is so good. It's like the greatest hits. He did, yeah. Well, he kind of got contact. Johnson got contact to the ball, didn't he? And sort of flicked it onto that defender, Shaw, which then went in. I think it does count as. They gave it as Johnson's goal, did they not? But yeah, it was really an own goal. But I'm not complaining. It was a goal, and it won us the game. So wasn't much of a final, was it, Nick? But you got Hendrix on reprise. That's one thing I don't have much of. Or yeah, I think I've got 1 or 2 CDs of Hendrix, but nothing other than that. Got a load of Tom Petty. Hendrix. Do I have any Jimi Hendrix? That's the question. Jimi Hendrix. Yes. Yeah, I do. The only thing I've got on Jimi Hendrix was this Purple Haze. That's the only thing. That Semisonic was a one-hit wonder with Closing Time, was it not? No, they had a few more hits than that off that album. No, there's quite a few hits actually. I've got all blurry, haven't I? My camera needs to focus. Probably me putting Jimi Hendrix to the camera, which has done it. No, oh, it's been a while now. Semisonic came out in '98. It's a long time ago now. But I remember my brother getting it when it came out. Well, my brother had a friend. He worked in our price, and she would let him know stuff sort of worth picking up, And she'll say, "Oh, this album's came out. You might want to pick that one up." And I thought it was a really great album, and so did he actually. I think I actually liked it maybe a bit more than what he did. Yeah, Closing Time. That was, of course, a single. Singing My Sleep was a single. Pretty sure of that. Secret Smile, that was a single. But some of these other deeper cuts, they could have been singles. Made to Last, I love that. Never You Mind, I love that track. D&D, that's a nice acoustic number, D&D. This will be my year. That's a great song. These are all great songs, all worked out. California, She Spreads Her Wings. Solid. It is solid. Semi-popular. I think the album itself was the one-hit wonder, wasn't it? Wasn't a particular song or on there. It was the album. It just sort of like sprung to #1 and just made it big. They haven't seemed to be able to do that since, but he has gone on to do other projects with other artists and made great success for them. What's his name? Oh, I think his name now. Dan Wilson. I've even picked up a Dan Wilson album actually. Just reading the comments. Yeah, it was a big hit. Yeah. Yeah, there is Dan Wilson. This is a buy from the US. Yeah, the Semisonic frontman. This came out in 2014. I've been waiting all this time to pick this up. I don't know why it's taken so long, but I think it's gone down in price, and I thought, you know what? For what it is, it was £10. I mean, I got to pay for shipping, of course, to get it over here, which bumps up a bit, of course. But it's been, yeah. I thought, yeah, it's probably the cheapest I've seen it in years. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna finally get that in my collection. That's been one I've been after for years now. 2014. Christ, that's 9 years ago. It shows how long I've been buying vinyl now. Yeah, song's constantly being repeated, isn't it, over and over again on the radio. Yeah, you know what I mean. Am I busy Sunday? No, not really. No, I should be available Sunday. Yeah, Sunday evening. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, if you got something in mind, either live stream or something, I should be up for that. Just let us know what kind of time. I like your live stream, Chris. It's quite good. Rob goes on there and sort of have a chat and what have you. Yeah, I enjoyed your last one. It's very good. 7:30. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll be there. Yeah. You drop your link in your chat, do you not? There are some problems if you do that. It can be a bit risky because I've just done it earlier and I got people jumping on backstage. So it's up to you. Either message me the link or do whatever you do. Put it in the chat if you want. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I recommend anyone watching this to come along and watch Chris Mann's live stream. He's been running live streams on Sunday fairly regularly, maybe fortnightly. Thumbs up. Is that right? Yeah. Now, Richard, you've been known to do a live stream now and then, haven't you? You've had a bit of a break recently. Richard S also does the occasional live stream. Would that be right? Would that be fair? No, not normally. No, it's normally on a Friday. Thursday is Ian's RTO his day, so to speak, and I normally do a Friday one at 8 o'clock. But I see that Ian had cancelled, and I thought, I hadn't done one for a while now. I jump on, and people who wanting to check Ian's out can come here if they wish. Hang out. Just gives people a bit of a hangout. And like I get to refresh my my live stream skills, if you call it that. Yeah, Richard. I recommend you get involved. I'd like to see you again on a live stream. It would be nice. And anyone else who wants to get involved in live streams, this is what it's all about. People, just get together and build a little community. It's nice. Yeah, Michael as well. You dabble in the live stream. You keep uploading live streams, but nothing materializes. So I'm watching, thinking, "Oh, what's happening?" And it's all paused. I don't know why that is. I don't know what's going on there. You're having technical problems, or you're running the live stream and I just can't connect to it. I don't know what's going on there. Let me know. Let me know, Michael, what you're doing. Or you might just be testing your live stream. I don't know. Could well be. All right, you got tech issues with Wazoo. All right, okay. Don't use StreamYard then. Is that not a better option? I've heard there's been issues with the other live streams. I think I used one, and I had a few issues actually. I used something else. I think someone was using a different live stream to StreamYard, and I struggled a bit. I found this is the best one out of the ones I've used. There could be something else out there which might be better, but all right, you're testing. Okay, all right. I thought you'd be quite I thought you'd be quite regular at doing live streams, because you have involvement in other people's live streams. You jump on, isn't it, Michael? Not necessarily music related, but other things. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, StreamYard's pretty decent. Oh, you're changing your studio around. All right. God, you've got loads of stuff, haven't you? Michael's got loads of equipment and all sorts of DJ stuff I haven't even got a clue about. He's also got, will I be fair in saying, a reasonable record collection? I know you've got quite a considerable cassette collection, and I imagine you've got a lot of CDs. But Michael seems to be into everything, don't you, Michael? It was sound echo. Couldn't use my external speakers, which was really annoying. All right, yeah, okay. We do get a few issues regarding that on StreamYard, but that kind of came out that it can be your search engine that you use, which might be causing that issue regarding StreamYard, but I don't necessarily know that's the same issue if it's with anything else. It could be. Question: does anyone have the 12-inch Radar Love live version from 1977? Is it the same as the LP version? Can anyone answer that? Years of being a producer and DJ. Yeah. 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 They do have their own live stream. But you got to reach monetization to use it. And although I am monetized, I even thought about it. I mean, I got so used to StreamYard now. I don't even. I just kind of bypassed YouTube's platform, you know. I just like, this works now, you know. Bugger you guys. I mean, to make us wait to use their platform when there's already services around which you can use, you know, it's a bit ridiculous, really, isn't it? You know, YouTube. And now we're kind of used to StreamYard because we kind of bypassed yours. You know, it's kind of like your loss, really, isn't it? We're talking about YouTube, not anyone in the chat. Like using Chrome versus whatever. Could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm not saying that it definitely is, but I know it was an issue in the past, and that they were on it to try and fix it. But yeah, could be that. I also had to buy a new laptop recently, which could be the issue too. A laptop. Oh, I wouldn't recommend a laptop for this. I just don't think it would be powerful enough, unless you got a great laptop. You know, I could be wrong, but yeah, I think you need a desktop. If to do this, you really need a desktop personally. But if you can make it work on a laptop, I mean, I tried using the phone, and yeah, it works, but it's bloody difficult. You know, you can't bring up texts and read them properly. You got to got to hone in on it. You got to move it around, which it's just no good on a mobile. It's all right if you're doing nothing. If it's just plain video, you know, on a phone is okay. But when you're the host, a phone is no good. Of course, a laptop would be better, but I'm not sure it would be powerful enough. Golden Earring. I have Radar Love on cassette. I've got a Golden Earring LP. Can't think what it is. Yeah, it's free, of course. Yeah, StreamYard is free. Yeah, I mean, you pay for it. You can get like better StreamYard service if you pay for it, but I don't think it's worth it, really. You know, I mean, it might be worth it if you were getting like loads of views and people are jumping on, you know. But for like our little community, you know, for what it is, it's fine. You know, there's a lot of people who just aren't into doing live streams in the vinyl community, and unlikely that there ever will be. You know. Golden Earring are a great band, worth checking out. Moontan and Something Heavy Going Down. Yeah, remind me of their singles, Terry, Golden Earring. There's one I'm trying to think of. I just can't think of the name of it. They go back to the 70s, don't they? Golden Earring. Twilight Zone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Twilight Zone. What album is Twilight Zone on? Because that's the one I have. You know, I brought it, played it once, liked it, and put it away somewhere, and just neglected it since. I think they were. I think they were Dutch, weren't they? This was one of Frank Sinatra's on the Reprise. It may have been his first one on Reprise. This is quite common in charity shops in the UK. I imagine it's probably the same in the US. Just everywhere in the US in your thrift stores. I imagine it probably is. Oh yeah, don't tell Ian. Golden Hour Status Quo. It's got some pretty early stuff on there. Pictures of Matchstick Men. And look how many tracks are on this friggin' album. I know they're only like 2 or 3 minute long, but yeah, there's 10 tracks on side 1 and 11 on side 2. This is a great song. Black Veils of Melancholy. That's a really good song. Do like that one. And of course, the Pictures of Matchstick Men. That's a great 60s song. Yeah, do like their more psychedelic sound to their sort of later, more kind of rockier sound. Do like the psychedelic stuff. What else? Bit of Sam Cooke you send me. He doesn't like a bit of Sam Cooke. I mean, come on. Yeah, I imagine they are. Yeah. They're cheap as chips over here. They got quite a lot of albums actually, Status Quo, haven't they? Who likes the Carpenters? Bit of a guilty pleasure. Yeah, I'll say they probably are the Carpenters. This was I believe it was a late 60s album. This is on a sort of cheap budget label, sort of reissued. So yeah, there's a few nice songs on there. I believe the single of this album is Someday, and that's a really nice song. Someday is a really nice song, and it's often forgotten about. Of course, I did side 2 the Ticket to Ride, of course, the Beatles cover. Yeah, it's okay, it's all right. But the standout track for me is Someday. And yeah, this is a cherry shot fine. Look at all those other records there on the Hamlet label. Yeah, there's another sort of a case of a cheap kind of alternative budget label available to the UK. This gets done over and over again in the world of records. So yeah, not an original, but a cheap alternative on the AM label. Wonder if it's wonder what label's on the record actually. Let's have a look. Got to be Hamlet, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, there you go. The AM at the bottom. Yeah, drop it. You mentioned Chris Mann mentioned about the Blur best of needs to be repressed on vinyl, and it does. You're absolutely right. Blur best of needs to be repressed on vinyl. The original compilation on vinyl is on the second-hand market about £200, £300, £400, depending on where you go, which is just an obscene amount of money. And I'm sure if Blur release any kind of compilation, doesn't have to be that particular one. Just any kind of compilation on vinyl, it would sell like hotcakes. It really would. I don't know why that's not happening. You know, the greatest hits of Blur or whatever of Blur. Yeah, it'd be fantastic. That will sell like no tomorrow. It would. I agree. Absolutely agree. I don't understand why they haven't already. I really don't. It's crying out for a reissue. You know, just a compilation on vinyl would be great. Why don't they do that? Why don't they make it happen? What's the problem? You know. I am tempted to get it on vinyl, but you know, it's 300 quid. It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money. They should. Yeah, that'd be ideal. Do it for Record Store Day. Make it happen. Make it happen. What's their label again? Is it Polydor? No. I can't remember now. That's going to bug me now. Oh, yeah, Trish. I've got to find that out. Right. Blur. Parlophone, of course. Yeah, Parlophone. Yeah. I knew it began with P. Let's get this down now, back into StreamYard. Yeah, Parlophone. Hello? I've got a bit late. What was on there? I messed this up. 1 second. Am I? So I've done it. Hmm. 1 second. Passenger. It's my audio. Is it okay? Shit. Got so many weights on the screen. There's odds. There's no. You got to be so careful. Yeah. If you like do the wrong thing, you get fucking punished. Well, I'm going to come out. Hopefully, it'll fix. It's all right. Yeah, you can time, but I'm myself twice. It's like repeating one thing. I just have to get on with it. Listen to myself. Ground control. Ah, getting a bit warm. I got some more, but I'm a little bit reluctant to show it. So save it for video. I think I'll show it. If I could show something which isn't a be all right. Did I check the new Stereophonics album? I haven't. Is it any good? Don't they have a few singles in the chart? I thought I heard something been playing on the radio recently. I do need to start picking up a few albums actually. Feeder's album. It's on Feeder's album. That Stereophonics one. Travis's album. What else is there? Wouldn't mind picking up some slow show stuff. Yeah, I've got all these albums in my Amazon account, like in the basket. Sat there, hundreds of items all sat in this basket. You know, in my saved list. I haven't really been using Amazon or eBay recently. I've been using AliExpress. I've been buying shit off AliExpress. It takes about a week or two to get it. My kids love it. They got like kind of like sort of Lego kind of replica stuff. Not Lego, but like knockoff stuff. You know, and, there's loads of stuff on there they quite like to buy. So how can we go on AliExpress and the Lego? I'll get one then. Garbage is coming out. Does it? Do they? Feeder's reissue of Confidence Down would be nice to get. No US release. That would be costing me hundreds. Yeah, Echo Park would be great to get that as well. That costs hundreds. The first press of that. Well, let's say first press. It's the only press ever. Echo Park. Echo Park. Echo Park. Echo Park. Don't think they really top that album. That's a great album. Actually, got a video together fairly recently of albums which I listened to in the 90s, you know, as a kid. You know, albums I either owned or my brother owned. We sort of shared it. You know? So it's like 10 90s albums. I sort of look through my collection and think, what did I own? Yeah. It's a bit weird talking about albums. You reflect at such a young age. Yeah. Sometimes I think people who are watching probably think, well, you probably weren't even born in the 90s. What are you talking about? I was. You know, although I was like, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, you know. Even at that age, you know, you can appreciate. You know. I remember when the Oasis thing came out in '94. My brother picked it up. Brilliant album. Just like rock my, you know, it changed everything. It was like, well, this is actually proper good music. This is not pop music or P17 or PJ and Duncan or anything like that. You know, this is really great indie music. And I've never heard anything as good as those two albums. You know, I think they really stand it. But sort of going into the 80s, sorry, 80s, going out of the 90s into the 2000s, those sort of, I don't know, 2000 to 2007, that period, there was some really good music. I'll say it's probably at the edge over the 90s, you know. Um, there's a lot in the 2000s were really good. You know, more so in the 90s. Like you think of the 90s, you think of Oasis. There's one of maybe a few others, but the 2000s, load of them. That's a load of them. Who would do it like pretty good. Is it? Is that better? Audio is more here. Is that any better? Is it choppy? I think I might have put it up. I came out, came back in. Now I've got the camera. That's clever. Well, it wasn't loaded up. It's loaded up now. Let me just go in the settings and try and disconnect it back up. Probably can't. Hear me now? Hello? Hello? Is that any better? Can you hear me at all? Sounds fine. Yes. Yeah, my leg table looks at me. Come on, sir. Jump on here and keep me company. I'll put out the link here. You don't have to. I have a list of digital sellers that I use. I'll put it on the screen, aren't I have a list of digital sellers that I use. Very rarely step outside that list. Only a couple of bad experiences. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience using Discogs. The links are coming off there. Grading is not good on Discog. What do you think that is? Elaborate. Let's know. You're suggesting that people over exaggerate, say it's near mint, and maybe it's like just good condition. Is that what you're talking about? Something along the lines of that. There is that. There are some that maybe under do it, you know. Those are the ones that tell you it's very good condition and it ends up near mint. Everyone raised differently. There's some people I noticed in record shops that they don't sell online. Don't want the house. You alright, Chris?
Oh, what's happening, mate? You alright?
Yeah, not too bad yourself.
Yeah, just watching your live stream, to be honest. Some good pickups you had there this evening.
Yeah, yeah.
Enjoyed
Wait a
the feeder one. I know Richard from the Tap House loves a bit of feeder.
Yes, it does.
Yes, I was just chilling out tonight and I was like, oh, he's live. Right, let's jump on this then.
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting that new feeder one. Yeah, I've got around doing it yet.
They've got a bit pricey though, if I'm being honest.
They have.
I talked
There's
about
a
this
few of those
last
I
one,
don't
didn't I?
have.
My live stream.
There's a few feeder ones I don't have. There is quite a few albums actually I didn't realise. So I'll get around to it eventually.
Yeah,
You picked
so
up anything?
I bought the new Stereophonics album. It's pretty good. tried to send it to Richard in America, but they wanted like £30, £35, maybe £40 to send it to America, and I was like, I sent him a message on Instagram. I was like, mate, this is gonna cost too much.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I've been listening to the band recently, the Bob Dylan band.
Yeah.
Really good. Really enjoying
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I find as I'm getting older, I can't listen to heavy rock anymore.
I look on Discogs and you can find like cheap records, cheap singles or whatever. By the time they whack the postage on, it's
Yeah.
just like, it outdoes it, doesn't it? You know, it makes it pricey. You know, you can find something like for a pound or £5, but by the time I put the 20 quiz worth of postage on there, it's like, don't know. Not so sure now.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to a car boot sale this weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Mr. Walker has given me inspiration.
He does that, doesn't he? Yeah, he's quite the connoisseur of the book there.
Yeah,
Boot
I saw you when I did the live stream. I saw your comment going, "What is he, the king of car park?"
Kaboot. Yeah, I guess he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you doing live streams often now then? Because this is the only one I've really noticed, to be honest.
I have been in the past. I've had a bit of a break actually, probably about a couple of months or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally on Friday about 8 o'clock, I do one. I'll start doing them again.
I think for me, I tried doing it on a Saturday, but me and the missus, because the kids go to their dad's every other weekend, so it's just I think easier for a Sunday evening just to catch up with people, see how the week's been.
Yeah,
It's more like a mental health thing for me. I have Rob on, you have Rob from Northern Revolutions on. I get a bunch of random guests coming on, which is good then because you get to discover new music and what they've been doing and
yeah.
that
I
kind of
like
thing.
what the guests that come on. They've been great.
Yeah, they've been pretty cool.
Yeah.
The question I asked earlier on, I think Vinyl Buddy was quite confused. I was asking about why is there like uh, like a spanner on the side of everybody's chat, and then I kind of guessed because I was asking, are these plumbers? And he was like, no, mate, I'm an HGG driver. I was like, all right, okay. What I meant is like a special best friend,
No, they're monitors
All
on the
right.
chat.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah, they can pick out
Right.
whoever's
Okay.
here. So you honour certain people you trust to sort of help
Ah,
you live stream.
fair enough. I've never seen it before, and I was like, okay, are these guys plumbers or what's going on here?
No, they're monitors. So yeah. Nick is quite a regular on Ian's live stream. Have you seen Ian's live stream? He does it on a Thursday, ranking the obscure.
Yeah, Rob mentioned it to me the last live stream. He said you could to go check it out. The only issue is because my shifts I work, it's kind of random. So, I work for government, so it's kind of I work night shifts as well. So I've got to I can't just jump on
No,
because you get sacked.
no. It's
Why you
not
want
really
some
easy,
random guy talking about vinyl records when you should be doing your work, you imbecile?
is it? Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think Sunday's the best day for me, to be honest. I'm trying to catch up. I'm in catch up time. I'm in catch up with Rob from Northern Revolutions. He had a guy on. I don't know if you saw the video. He had a guy on that goes around collecting autographs from musicians. He takes his vinyl records and CDs and hasn't to sign them. He's had like Elton
Oh,
John on there. He's had Pink Floyd. There's quite a few. It's actually quite a good episode. I enjoyed that one.
who was that?
Rob from Northern Revolutions.
All right.
He was on last week
Yeah,
from Canada.
yeah.
He always does a live stream every Wednesday, but the only problem with that is it's 1 a.m. UK time.
He was the darkness.
That's
Right.
it. Yeah.
It sort of surprised me that because I think it's sort of fit someone to say I'm a massive fan of the darkness. Being all the way over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the new album's pretty good. I gotta be honest. I bought that. I bought it nearly a year ago. You know, you got to pre-order stuff, and
yeah.
I hate doing the pre-order thing. I remember a few years ago when Blink 182 brought out a new album. I had to pre-order it, and it came, and it was crap.
One more time.
Yeah,
That one.
it didn't connect with me at all. I just thought one or two songs are
Yeah,
all right. The rest of it was just like, you know.
yeah. I've got it. It's all right. Um, it's not gonna ever beat their two great albums, Enema of the State and Take All Your Pants and Jacket. They're just too good.
I've got their greatest hits, to be honest, and I'm quite happy with that. I think.
Oh, you should get those two albums as well if you like Blink 182. They're really, really good.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I know. I should. I'm
Yeah.
trying, mate. I'm trying to cut back here.
You can't cut that. You can't come in a community like this and cut back.
Yeah, I'm just like a heroin addict at this point. It's going like I need it in my life. It's kind of
It
like
is.
if I don't
It is.
buy something, I'm
It's
like,
an addiction.
fuck miss it.
Yeah, particularly buying records, like bloody drug addiction.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but CDs are okay. You know, small. You can put them on a shelf.
Yeah, I should have sold my CDs in the 2000s.
You sold your collection.
Yeah, I sold over 2,000.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but
didn't back up.
no, well, you had LimeWire, mate.
Oh, right. Yeah, might take a while.
Not that I ever used it. I'm just clarifying that on YouTube.
Remember using that on like blow up? It would like take you like fucking hours to download a song.
Oh,
Yeah,
and then
really.
it crashed the computer.
Yeah, that's how I used to happen. Yeah,
My dad used to say, "What have you done to this computer again, you imbecile?"
yeah. Me and my brother, we paid for internet like per minute, and we used to put money in this jam jar to get to my dad, and like had all these coins in this jam jar to pay
Yeah.
for the internet for dollar.
Is
Crazy.
mad time. Kids will never know. Kids will never know these
They
days.
won't. They won't. They will never know. They will never know a pre-internet age. Right. I kind of look back in the 90s. You know, I'm kind of like glad it wasn't around as much as it is like later on. You know, because it gave us that. I don't know, that kind of. That's a bit more freedom in a way. You know, that we weren't so reliant on the internet. That we sort of go out and appreciate certain things if you found them in the wild. You know, and everything's at your fingertips now. Just go out and buy it on eBay or whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It's just the prices just keep going up. See, mate, they're not coming down. And it's like if CDs are cheaper, kids are gonna jump all over that.
CDs are a bargain at the moment, aren't they? They're a bargain to buy. It's hard to pass them up. You know, I know there's streaming, but it's never appealed to me ever, apart from this streaming. But regarding this music, so
I'm getting to the stage now when I'm thinking, do I bite the bullet and go back to CDs for a bit? Because you know there's certain albums you can't get on vinyl, and you don't know if it's ever like you take Blur for instance. I mentioned this in the live stream and you mentioned it earlier on. It's like I can get that for like £5, you know, or I can spend £400 on the vinyl.
and hard
It's
drives
just-
now are so large and cheap, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's more cheaper now than ever. So it's simple to plug in a external hard drive to a desktop, rip all your CD collection, you know, and go from there. You know, and you won't even use it. You just run it all off your computer.
Yeah.
That's what I do. You know.
We'll see. I remember
Maybe
before I bought any Apple products, mate. I had a Sony mini disc that I used to listen to this. So I had a cable used to go from the mini disc into the back of the Skybox, and I used to record music videos to sound to my mini disc.
I can remember Brian made this player,
Yeah,
and it just had like standard playback, but then they like redone one where you could have like long play. and like several parts of long play. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, and just more stretched out than the other.
Yeah,
You know, which was what my brother had.
it never really took off that much, did it? I was into it big time because I
No.
would like record stuff. Like it was an aux cable that went into the mini disc, and then the aux cable went in the back of the Skybox, and you just played on MTV or VH1, and then just press record.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like the old tape
They were
decks
right, well,
when the top 40 was on. You'd
yeah,
have the two tape
everyone did
decks.
that. Like, they usually would play the number one first, wouldn't they, before they did the top 40, didn't they?
Yeah,
And usually they wouldn't talk too much. You get a decent recording uninterrupted. Yeah, I can remember that. They do that now. The same presenter who did that in the 90s does it now on the radio, and he revisits certain charts in
right.
some like 90s or whatever it was, and revisits and then sort of does the whole top 40. Or was it top 10? He does. I can't remember what he did, but he does it. He redoes it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite cool. So
I
yeah,
just thought I'd jump on you quick, see how you're doing, mate.
yeah, I
And
appreciate it.
yeah, it's been a good show. I enjoyed the CDs. Oh, the one I forgot about was the Rasmus. Oh my goodness, mate, where did that come from? I was like, they were like, all right, One Hit Wonder, but they were massive in like, what was it, late 90s, 98, 98, 99, I want to
I'm not
say.
familiar with them, not at all. And in the same shop, I saw 2 copies. Yeah, so why? Yeah.
No. Right, thanks for having me on. I'm going to go back to my bottle of wine now. Before you lose all your audience. But yeah, jump on Sunday if you can. I've sent a message to Rob Walker as well.
Okay.
We need
Yeah.
to get Richard Taphouse on as well. I've been nagging him for months. Come on, Rich, let's get a grip.
Yeah, come on, Rich, join us.
So
And,
yeah, and whoever else wants to join on Sunday, we'll have a chat, I'll catch up, mental health, drink, and all that kind of crap, and then we go from there.
Yeah, be up for that.
Okay, all right, Dave. Good show. I'm gonna enjoy now, but and watch it instead of being on here talking shit.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Get ready
mate.
for Sunday.
Thanks, mate. Ta-ra, mate.
Yeah. All right. Cheers. Bye. Yeah, appreciate that. Michael says I got a ton of obscure ambient electronic music on equal obscure labels from the 90s and early mid 2000s CD that never be on vinyl. Some stuff will never be reissued. No, you're absolutely right. You know, 12-inch singles will never be reissued. You know, the worst stuff now. So, such as where is it? Where is my suede head? But anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah, certainly 12-inch singles never reissued, as well as a load of other stuff. That's what's probably going to drive up CDs. You're going to get certain artists, discographies, where certain albums aren't reissued on vinyl or CD or whatever, unless they're available streaming. That might change things, but agreed. Cost of vinyl. How long is a piece of string? CDs to a penny, exactly. And vinyl is going up and up and up. Is it going to outprice itself? They want to be careful because I mean we already had a crash, you know, in the early 90s vinyl. It could happen again. Not saying that it will, but you know, you don't want to drive up the price too much. Kill the market if you're not careful. Richard says, I'll do my do my best. Okay. I have two albums by Long Nuts, 1973/4, band with Paul Stewart and Rhythmics, both on Pocket and never on CD. You're welcome. No problem. Should we keep going, or should we close it down? He wants to hash it out a bit longer. I kind of showed it. Gonna get some. All right, night, Chris. Night, Nick. I get my names mixed up. Still 20 views, declining. Not for long. Where are those CDs? Put those away. Oh, they're a bit warm. Sat my hand. Yeah, I've been buying stuff on AliExpress. Would you believe Sega Mega Drive games? No. And SNES game. Reproduction. So yeah, grab a few games and playing on my old systems. There's been a lot of new games released on those old systems. It's been quite fun to like explore them. Mega Drive has got quite a community. Yeah, okay. It's not romantic. Got some DVDs. I need to reach the computer. There's another little cheap bargain. DVDs at the moment. Same with CD. You can buy a DVD, bring it to your computer, and get rid of it. Pass it on. It's like a library of thousands of DVDs out there which you just grab and watch. What peanuts. You really don't need too many DVDs these days. I think that's why like companies hate physical media because of the second-hand market. I want you to keep buying this. I don't want you to be lending it with you, which is what's going on. I don't want. It's the same with the video games. I don't like second-hand shops which sell second-hand games. What have I been doing this week? I haven't. I don't think I've spent anything. I've been so busy. I know I don't live now, but work just. I mean, I do listen to music. I tend to just go off my iTunes. I've got so much stuff in there to listen to. Hello. Somebody's taking away. Sorry about that. Thing is, when I play a record, I have to record it. Sorry. I have a few issues. Yeah, I when I play, I have to record because it'd just be a waste of time not to record it. Unless, of course, I already have it on my computer. You've been listening to the Birds Greatest Hits Volume 2. I've got the very best ones. Whoever uses iTunes, what are your iTunes habits? Do you go to the recent added bit and sort of scroll down the list from there? Do you click on the artists and sort of go through various artists which you want to listen to? Do you look at the album? Do you look at the songs? Do you go through the songs avenue? Do you then click on the most played songs and scroll down the list? Do you set up your own playlist? I have. I have a playlist for each day. I have a Monday playlist, a Tuesday playlist, and so forth. We've got a Christmas playlist. Yeah. So what I did is I clicked on the search and put Monday. All the songs coming up Monday are stuck in the Monday playlist. And the same each day, every other day. Sunday, I've got a load of Sundays in there. And just like quiet music or a quiet Sunday. As Saturday's playlist is quite sort of upbeat, and what are your habits? Do you even have any? You push shuffle? Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah, I've done that. Shuffle's quite a popular choice. So just out of curiosity, you're using Amazon Unlimited Music. So what do you do? How do you go about it? I mean, I know you download it, use it, but what are your habits of using it? Where do you start? I use Apple Music because I purchased loads of albums and songs on iTunes. Amazon's stock would double within 5 years. But now, what about Spurs right now? I know, I know. Fantastic, isn't it? Champions of Europe. What do you think of the new format of Europa? Because I think it always should have been this way. It should have always been this tournament where you win it, you should be promoted to the Champions League. I think that's the way it always should have been, rather than its original format of Champions League teams dropping in to the competition, which I always is a bit unfair because you exit one competition and you're able to join another one, which is all it was before. And I can remember Chelsea doing that a few years ago, and they ended up winning it. And I always thought well, that's kind of a bit unfair, really. Um, I know they did it to make the competition bigger, but I think the way it is now is better. It's fairer. You've got teams which are in the right category in that competition, and it gives them a chance for that promotion. I think that's the right way. And there's a lot of people moaning about, saying, "Oh, it's a cheap way to get into the Champions League. How can two teams at the bottom of the Premier League get in the Champions League? It's all wrong. The final wasn't all that good. The football wasn't all that good. Just calling it a travesty and this sort of thing." What are your thoughts? Richard says, I usually use search to try out stuff I hear in the VC. And that's very enough. Tottenham were lucky last night with their own goal. They were lucky. They were lucky. It wasn't a great final, but we got over the line. And I'm grateful for that. I mean, Christ, I've been waiting all my life for a European trophy. Is that the case though, where football was just not as good as it once was? Is it has it kind of the quality dipped down? I know it's easy to sort of hone in on Tottenham and Man United, but I feel all round that the standard has dropped a bit. Has the manager been sacked? No, yes. Oh, you already know. I'm kind of glad that one just to stick it to us. That's true. True. Yeah. You're right. We are. We are crap. But then so's United. But get a bit of an echo there. Aren't I? They defended really well. You know, United had their chances. They need a rebuild. I was saying this to a friend at work. They need to rebuild. And some of them players, and they weren't cheap. I mean, they got quite a lot of 50 million players in that team. It's all about recruitment. You got to recruit well. I'll say that Brighton are the best in the Premier League at recruiting. Hence why they've stayed in the league as long as they have. And they've sold a lot of players and still managed to be in the top 10. You're in a sticky situation as a Man United fan, aren't you? You haven't got that great stadium anymore. You know, you need a new stadium or expand what you've got. And you need a serious rebuild. And you're not going to be Champions League. You're not going to be in Europe. And you're in debt. And I know you got those American investors, and you're somehow able to spend like you are. But I'm not sure if you'll be able to keep doing that. I know you've got a massive fan base. I'm not sure how you're going to turn it around. I mean, Spurs, and I'm not bragging here or anything, we got a new stadium, which we are still paying off. But we got a lot of good infrastructure. You know, it looks like Spurs have better potential of growth than what Man United do. I know that we're Champions League, but Champions League aside, just looking at how the clubs are run financially. I'm an Apple user. When it comes to music, I go to sites like Bandcamp and SoundCloud for most of what I listen to. iTunes is a limited avant-garde category. Yeah, I do. Manchester United will probably sign Harry Kane. Yeah, they could. I don't think he will leave there, but if he was to come to the UK, I think Man United Chelsea, City will be the three that he would most likely go to. But the ones that pay the big salaries. As well as Tottenham. They wouldn't sign a 30 plus player like that. They wouldn't do it. I was watching um, Alex Ferguson. I think that's supposed to be not last night, just breaking down. Did he? What happened? Yeah, I didn't realise. I was watching Hotspur on YouTube the other day. Simon Jordan was saying that Hotspur are the most profitable club in the Premiership because of their wage high. Yeah, yeah, it's true. I do like Talksport, and I know Simon likes Daniel Levy, kind of pals on, and I think Simon appreciates Levy's a shrewd businessman, and often depends him on arguments. He talks a lot of sense, Simon. I like him. He's the best, absolutely the best. He holds that show together. We are the 11th richest in the world, Tottenham. You know, we really should be better, really. I know we want the cup, but we should be regular. What we are, we should be regular with, whether it be domestic or whatever. Yeah, no problem. Nice to see you. Too. Nice to see you chipping in the comments. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Some great footage on YouTube of Oldham's 3-0 victory away at York City. Wembley, here we come. Oh, so they actually made the playoffs. Of course you can. I expect Rob was happy about last night's result. Isn't it crazy that, you know, in some sense, Spurs have had a better season than Arsenal because we got silver and entered the Champions League. As Arsenal have been running like 1-0. It's crazy, isn't it? It has. It's been the year of the bird, hasn't it? Because you had Newcastle, the Magpie, the Eagles, us at Palace, now Spurs, of course. You're right, Al. I was just talking about crazy world. Yeah, Chelsea doing that, mate. Why are they playing the final? I hope they don't. Yeah, you jumped on now, Chris. I'll see you Sunday, mate. You're right, Jim. Yes, it has been a shocking season, hasn't it? It's been the season of the underdog, really, isn't it? Yeah, um, I picked up a Morrissey actually. Right, Michael. And people are leaving. People are coming in at the same time. Just trying to find it now. Oh, where have I had it some. Bloody hell. Ah. Yes, do you have this, Jim? Slade Head Morrissey. 12-inch look. Pick this up today. £12. There you go. Yes, changing of the guard. Yeah. On the His Master's Voice label. There you go. B-side. Ooh. There you go. Morrissey. And I very well got my name and the hairdresser on file in 1988. I'm looking very different. I've had a haircut, might be why. If you've seen it before, it was quite long. Right, let's play that CD. I bought this She's the One DVD. It actually has the Tom Petty soundtrack. So, where is it? Show you. That's the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. She's the One soundtrack. Just looks like a studio album. There's actually a soundtrack, and a lot of this is like the extra from Wildflowers, which has ended up on here, which was for this movie. And more recently, they sort of rehashed this into this album. Angel's Dream. So this is really this, or I should say, it's the other way around. So yeah, a few extras in there. So yeah, you've probably seen this around. That's what it is. What? Can't say that. Sacrilegious. Got to change that. Live at the Fillmore. Yeah. Don't think I've got that. But I do have a lot of live stuff. Which is there's a lot, Paddy. But to be fair, I don't play until. This is all you need. This is all you need. This great. For the listener. That's good enough. If you got that, yeah, well. Now that's not a cheap album actually. It's about 40, 50 quid. But you can get the reissue. It's basically the same as that. But the CD there is very. I have every single Tom Petty album. I know almost every single single. I even got his blood crushed. He went back to the original band, got them all together and produced 2 albums. This was in can't see a year. 2008. 2008. Started this. And Black Ops 2 as well. But there is earliest from the 70s. No album, but there's a few singles out there. But they're pricey. I don't know. I'm not sure. I do. Yeah, especially from the 90s. Yeah. Yeah, Scary track, isn't it? I think it's one of the singles off the album. Found a nice record yesterday. Got very much covered. Sounded good condition. Randy Crawford, 1983. Oh yeah, I know that. It's a good album. She has good voice, good beats and music. Yeah, Randy Crawford. You Might Need Somebody on there. Brady Night in Georgia was it on there. Yeah, R&B. That's probably one genre which has probably changed the most of all genres. it seems to be so different as the decades go by. But for me, I think the 90s was the best era. Best era. There's a few of the early 2000s I like as well, but it seems to change quite a lot, you know, in sort of later 2000s. How did you get into all those 50s and 60s singles that you picked up? Well, a lot of them I brought from record shops, sorry, charity shop when I started collecting, and I've just been growing it since. Um, and then I picked up like a load of them at the start of the year. I have a lot of 60s. I have a lot of 60s. That's the one. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with my 60s collection. I have a lot which I wanted. There's not too many now which I don't have. The 60s, yeah, I am, yeah. Because when I was growing up in the 90s, although I was listening to 90s music, I would often go back into the 60s because my dad had vinyl and he had cassettes of that era. And my mum had like her collection, which was sort of like 70s, 80s, and sort of early 90s. So like between them, like covered all the eras. You know? My dad even got further back than that. I mean, like used to listen to sort of stuff of the 40s, big band stuff. I was never really into that, you know. There is one sort of like old, really old one, so like Mel Bowling. I do like a bit of Mel Bowling. Yeah, I like the 50s. There's a lot of solo singers in the early 60s until you get to about 63. The music changes. It really does change. There's a lot more bands, groups. But it's kind of like early 60s stuff is very similar to the 50s. It's still sort of on that kind of same format in a way. It's about 63. That makes sense. Kind of like gravitate to UK music. So much US music in the 2000s is crap. Yeah, I think around about 2007, after that, music took a bit of a dive. You know, we had the introduction of Simon Cowell's. Music Factory on the TV, such as X Factor and shows like that. Was it Pop Idol? And it kind of changed the scene a bit. I think sort of after then, promoting bands was expensive, too expensive, and it was just too easy to get someone who looked attractive and not necessarily sing, just be okay, but it's good enough. Time I've tweaked the voice, what have you, in the studio. It's a lot safer doing that than it is spending millions on a band, and they really do have to spend millions to promote them. And they got all the problems of the band falling out with each other, you know, agents, and you know what the bands get up to. You know, they start misbehaving, get into drugs, this, that, and the other. It's a must be a real headache to manage when they can just manage one person who hasn't got to deal with multiple people doing stupid shit. You know, they could have a lot more control over on um, what they do and look as bands just do what they want. That's not most. You know, keeping a band together can't be easy. You know, they'll start arguing and you know maybe a bit of mutiny going on there, and maybe someone will want to get out, and not do certain things, not be in the studio. And, you know, with one person, be a female or male singer, they won't have much voice. They have to toe the line. They're gone. I think she is American. Pretty sure she is. I think a lot of Americans will get into back to Fury, a bit wacky, but well, I like some of it. It's good. Check it out. Son of Ian. Never heard of it. Richard said the UK times 2000s to see upcoming band festivals. Love that. That was a good period. Yeah, it was. There's only two bands like Killers, Kaiser Chiefs, King, Coldplay. There's a load of them. These days I have no desire to, because the acts bore me to tears. I think the Killers were more popular in the UK. Tell you what, I've never heard an American band sound so British ever. That's the Killers. I thought there was some good American stuff out there. I haven't really checked for a long time. Tell you what, I've been noticing in the VC, and this happens quite a lot, even on British live stream happened. But you get Americans which enjoy British music and have like a favourite British band, and you get the British on here who like American music. You know, myself, like in Top Heavy. I seem to find that quite often the case. I'm starting to think, well, maybe it's because that certain band or artist, yeah, that band's music isn't necessarily um, common in the country. You know what I mean? That particular sound, maybe it's a bit different, similar but different. I agree with you. It's been more popular in the UK. Yeah, I do. Maybe we kind of like have an interest in certain artists because that music isn't sort of like readily available. You know what I'm saying? You know, people go into record shops. You know, I notice this when I'm in there, like people, and they will ask, "Oh, do you have reggae or whatever it is?" But it seems to be sometimes so kind of opposite to the person and the personality that you wouldn't necessarily pair it together. You know what I'm saying? It's so kind of different. And people's tastes can be all over the place, mate. And there's no kind of rhyme or reason for it. You know, everyone has their own preference. You know, looking at these people, I thought, never would have guessed you like that, ever. You know, but appearances can be deceptive. It's kind of good, in a way, though, isn't it? You know, it's like I was in the record shop and they sort of require a completely different taste to what your interests are. Therefore, that we know that they're not going to be out the record. It's kind of like there's like relief there, you know, half you, and he's not going to buy what I'm after. Richard tends to agree. I think that's exactly it. Why do I love the Twilight? And Biffy Feeders? They aren't mainstream yet, but quite known in the UK. Yeah, I think Richard is getting to what I'm trying to get at. It's a case of how to describe it. Something which is a little bit out of the ordinary. You know, not everybody does. It's not plentiful. It's not plentiful. It's a little bit different to anything else I've listened to. Like I like Tom Petty and Neil Young. I like that kind of Southern American sound. But I wouldn't say I would listen to anything. You know, it's not something I would go out to look for or have an interest of finding out who else falls within that kind of genre. But however, I like Neil Young and I like Tom Petty, and I will continue to listen because for me, I think those two they do it best. Not really. No, it isn't. No, even the singles are quite easy to obtain. I mean, I brought virtually all of them almost. Apart from a few which were not easy to get hold of. Most of them I think I bought in the UK. I'm pretty sure, or within Europe. However, the ones which I've bought recently, two of them are US. Sorry, one of them was from the US, and the other one was from Germany. Um, that one was from Germany, and that's the only one which I lost, which had its pixel. Most of them just come just like that with a generic cover, but this one actually had a pickle sleeve, which I was thrilled with. Mako, I'm sorry, it's my mic playing up. So let's. Sorry about that. I would definitely seems to have passed. Anyway, I rambled on. It's like 3 hours. Jesus. So like a behemoth live stream. That's the most it needed to be. But I'll down now. I think I've got enough. Pick this up. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There are a couple of ways to avoid death. One is to be magnificent, the injury. So, yeah, Nick would know what this is. It's got Ray Winston. So, yeah, it's something to do with the injury. I don't know. Never seen it. Story of the injury. The legendary punk and lyricist who, together with his band, the Rockheads, created some of the wittiest, most original songs to come out of Britain in recent decades. During his lifetime, and to this day, Drury inspired admiration and hilarity using his childhood experiences, including the polio that disabled him, and acute powers of observation, to fashion a unique hybrid of rock and roll and musical hall. Sex and drugs and rock and roll follows the brave, irrelevant Jury from early adversity to art school maverick, from dating a father to unlikely international pop star. So there you go, very Jury. Oh, bloody hell.